I am the mother of madness, and welcome to my channel. Hi guys, good morning. Today is Tuesday and I am bringing you another pumpkin recipe. Last week we did the pumpkin bread. Today I'm going to be making pumpkin muffins with a beautiful crumble on top. So we're gonna get started to the recipe because guys, I am still rocking the PJs. My kids haven't gotten up yet and I wanna have these muffins ready for when they wake up. So I'm gonna just jump right into it. We're gonna start with one 15-ounce can of pure pumpkin. And guys, you're gonna wanna make sure to get pure pumpkin, not the pumpkin pie filling. As you guys can see here, it is just pumpkin in the ingredients. So one 15-ounce can of pure pumpkin. And I'm gonna kind of just mix everything all in the same bowl to try to get this done as quick as possible. I haven't even had my morning coffee yet. I am running behind. So we're gonna start with our can of pumpkin. And the next thing we're gonna put in here is half a teaspoon of our vanilla. So we have half a teaspoon of vanilla extract. And you guys are just gonna make this along with me. And I will leave the recipe down in the description box below too of all the measurements to make it a little easier for you guys. That way, if you, after you watch the video, you want to go back and make it again, but you won't have to watch the whole video again, then I'll just leave it for you like that. So next thing we're going to need is 2 eggs. So I just have 2 large eggs from Aldi. If you want to compare size-wise on what size eggs I am using, I just have the carton from Aldi. Now the next thing I'm putting in here, guys, is going to be half a cup of melted, well, it looks like melted butter, but actually, guys, it is half a cup of some melted country crock spread. So it's kind of like vegetable oil, but I don't like to use just oil. Weirdly enough, I don't know why, but this is, this is a 40% vegetable oil spread. So I feel like it tastes different. So instead of using oil, which a lot of recipes use that, I actually use half a cup of country crock spread or vegetable oil spread equivalent. And I use half a cup of that melted. And then the next thing that we're going to be putting in here, guys, is the dry ingredients. But before we do that, I'm going to stir this up just a little bit. That way all my wet ingredients are kind of mixed together. Okay, so the next thing I'm throwing into the bowl, guys, is going to be 1.5 cups of regular white sugar. And we lucked out with getting that free bag of sugar last week at Winn-Dixie. So if you guys were able to get that, you will already have sugar on hand. So 1.5 cups of granulated white sugar. And then I'm going to do a 1/2 cup of brown sugar. I gotta cut open the bag because this is a new bag of sugar, so let me get some scissors. Okay, so 1/2 cup of brown sugar in the bowl. We're gonna just keep that brown sugar aside because we are going to need it again. So 1/2 cup, and with brown sugar, guys, press it down into your measuring cup until you have a proper measurement. So press that down. Okay, the next thing we're going to put in here is going to be our pumpkin pie spice. And we're going to be putting in 2 teaspoons of pumpkin pie spice. If you guys don't like as much pumpkin pie spice, you can do a little less. But I love pumpkin pie spice. I actually wish I would have put some in, well, maybe I will. I think I'm going to put some in my coffee this morning. I don't know. Yep. All right, I had to open up a new one. See, I go through so much pumpkin pie spice, guys, I had to get a new one. So I had just less than 2 teaspoons. So 2 teaspoons eyeball of the pumpkin pie spice into our mix. And like I said, I go through some pumpkin pie spice. I love pumpkin pie spice. So, okay, so the next thing here, let me just go down my list, make sure I didn't forget anything other than the, oh, okay, yep. So now we go on to our sifting part. Oop. So I probably should have used a bigger bowl, but that's all right. We'll make it work. Okay, so I'm gonna put in my baking powder. And for the baking powder, you're going to want to use just ½ of a teaspoon of baking powder. I'm going to clean my little measuring spoon thingy here because I used it for the vanilla. So ½ a teaspoon of baking powder, and I'm going to put it in my sifter because it's kind of clumpy. And then we need our baking soda. So we're also going to do ½ a teaspoon of baking soda. So guys, make sure your baking soda is fresh. I've mentioned this before. You know, usually you keep it in the fridge, and it's super, super cheap to get baking soda. Keep it in the fridge to keep your, you know, your fridge fresh, and then also make sure it's fresh before you put it in your recipe. So just go ahead and put that back in. All right, and now we are going to put in our 2 cups of sifted flour into our muffin mix. So 2 cups of flour. And guys, it's if you don't have a sifter, I get my sifter just from the Dollar Tree. So you don't have to go to like Walmart or any, you know, any kind of, you don't have to pay a lot to get a sifter. Like I said, I got mine at the Dollar Tree. It works just as fine and gets the job done just as easy. So, and then after it gets a like little, you know, it takes some wear and tear, I just go to the Dollar Tree and buy another one. So, a little bit more. I'm going to sift in that second cup. And then we're going to give everything a really good mix. Also, guys, I have my oven preheating to 350 degrees. So if you want to get your oven preheated while you are making your mixture, of course, usually that's, you know, what you want to do. That way you're not waiting around for your oven to heat up. So we got 2 cups sifted flour in our mix. And so I used too small of a bowl for this. I'm not going to use my hand mixer. But you're going to want to mix all of these ingredients together before we start putting them into our cupcake pan. Okay, we have our mixture all mixed up. I'm going to set it over here, and I'm going to bring over my cupcake pan. Actually, here, let me just move it a little bit more over. Okay, so I actually went and got really super cute cupcake tin, like cupcake liners, just for these muffins. So I thought they would be cute for fall. So we're going to use our cute little fall liners into our cupcake pan. And then we are going to start dropping in our mixture. And you're not going to want to fill the cups all the way up, guys. I'm actually going to take probably a quarter cup measuring cup, my quarter cup measuring cup, and just start scooping them into each of the cupcake liners. Okay guys, so I have my first batch of muffins almost ready to go. But like I told you guys, we're gonna do this as a crumble. So I'm going to set my pan aside for now, and now my oven is preheated, and we're gonna put the little crumble top on. So for the crumble, guys, we're gonna use 1 cup of flour. Oop. Then next we're going to use 1/2 cup of brown sugar. Oop. Get that glop in here. But once it's pressed down, you should see it's about 1/2 cup. So 1/2 cup of brown sugar, 1 cup of flour, and then we're going to use just like a couple little shakes of pumpkin pie spice. And then guys, I'm going to be adding in what I have here. I only have 5 tablespoons left of my butter, my stick butter. So that's what I'm going to be using, is only 5 tablespoons of butter. And then with my hands, guys, I'm just gonna mix all this up for the crumble. Okay guys, now you can see I have my crumble all mixed. So I'm gonna push that muffin pan back over here, and then over each one of my muffins, I'm just gonna put a little bit of crumble on each one. Okay guys, now I have my muffins in their muffin tin along with the crumble on top, and I'm going to pop them in my oven at 350 degrees for about 22 to 25 minutes, or until they look golden brown and a toothpick is clean. So I'm going to set my timer for 22 minutes and I will check in on them and I will let you guys know how they come out. Okay guys, I got the first batch of muffins out of the oven. My batter made exactly 18 muffins along with that crumble. I made myself my cup of coffee, and I even did a little extra with the whipped cream and pumpkin pie spice. So I figured now that I've let these cool off, the first batch, for a few minutes, I'm going to give them a taste test and let you guys see how they came out. So I got that cute little fall liner on here that I got from Walmart. I thought those were so cute. And look how beautifully brown. These were cooked for 25 minutes in my oven. My oven's a little bit of an older oven, so yours might take longer, yours might take less. But here are the muffins. And don't they look so good, guys? Look at the crumble on top. And now for the best part, the taste test. Oh my gosh, they are so good. And just really, really like a good sponginess. Like not overly sweet, just really, really good. So these would be really good because you don't want them overly sweet, especially with like if I'm having coffee. This is like just almost like a really yummy like pumpkin coffee cake type muffin. So absolutely delicious, guys. If you give this recipe a try, please let me know. Look at all that crumble. And if you like this video, please give it a great big thumbs up, guys. Subscribe down below if you haven't already. And thank you so much for watching, guys. Enjoy and happy fall.